Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Nahmaduhu wa nusalli wa nusallim ala Rasulillah wa ali wa man wala. Uhyikum bi tahiyati Islami tahiyati indillah mubarakatan thayyibatan. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Bismillah syafi, bismillah muafi, bismillahilladzi la yadurru ma'a ismihi syai'un fil ardi wa la fis samai was samiul alim. Alhamdulillah, praise to Allah Subhanahu wa taala. Welcome back to our discussion. On the next chapter is about estate planning. In one of the elements which is important in the wealth planning and management is about estate planning. You have a lot of your property, your wealth, and all this is known as your estate. And you have to plan for this estate in the form of Hibah, Wasiah, and Faraid. And perhaps you can put the estate, a part of that estate. You can walk off your estate. You can put it as an endowment, apart from Hibah, Wasiah, and Faraid. So, when we talk about estate management, this is all about inheritance. Inheritance is all properties of deceased person, which include movable and immovable property, after deducting all debts and obligations that must be given to the parties who are entitled by law. So who is going to inherit your wealth, your estates? So it's subject, what have you done prior, before you die or before you pass away. Inheritance can be for movable item or immovable item. Movable item consists of cash, stock, vehicles, furniture, and others. Immovable items such as land, house, wealth, and others. Death is a certainty. What happened to them after you die? This is the question. What will happen to those who left behind? Do you think you made them sad enough? Do not add to their grief with financial problems. So what you should do? Make a plan to decide how you want your assets distributed before or after you die. How to do it? Through Hibah, Wasiah, and Faraid. Why we need to plan? Because we can die anytime and anywhere. There will be complicated legal process in the management, distribution, inheritance. And failure to make asset planning can result in reduced property collected and cannot be beneficial to your loved one. For reason, asset will result to the financial concern to your heirs. What are the benefits of asset planning? Ensure that the needs of individuals and families for the future can be implemented for the benefit of both worlds. Provide strong financial position of the family and make sure the property is maintained. Can avoid misunderstanding between family members, and the property can be inherited by heirs perfectly. Do you know your property will be frozen after you die? Why? Because there is a lot of unclaimed asset and cash left behind by the dead. In Malaysia, for instance, there are 30 billion in land and property, and also 1.5 billion with registered unclaimed monies, 70 million in EPF, and many other forms, because of unsettled estate that has not been managed before you die. So you have to manage your inheritance before you die. Unlock your property asset with a will writing that is a form of wasiah. Number one is Hibah. Hibah means alienation by the owner of the property to someone willing during his lifetime of compensation and humanity without expecting anything in return or exchange. Not subject to estate distribution. Do not be involved by other beneficiaries. Inheritance property can be made quickly. So Hibah is something that must be done while you are still alive. Whereby, for example, I have a house and I decided to give this house to one of my son, and this is done through Hibah. and we have the will writing, we have a document to say that it has been given to someone, to one of your family members. And this hibah need to be done while you are still alive. Number 2, wasiah, granting a right that can be after the death of the testator, executed either by using words or not. So you can put a wasiah. For example, you can say that this property will be given to madrasah. This property can be used by the public. However, the property to be bequeathed must be no more than 1/3 from the property unless approval of the heirs. So you cannot have this will writing on the property, all of them is just valid for 1/3. After the death of the testator, must be rejected in advance the cost of funeral. You must reject it advance the cost of funeral expenses and the payment of death of the deceased. The recipient, non-beneficiary, those who has no right of inheritance Faraid deceased unless approved of the members of the other beneficiaries. And the property to be bequeathed must be no more than 1/3 from the property unless approved of the heirs. So these are the things that have to be considered before you have a will writing on what we call as your wasiah. So wasiah is all after death, hibah before death. Recipient for the wasiah can be not the highest. Recipient for hibah can be whoever. Maximum for wasiah is 1/3, but hibah is no limit. For wasiah there is no ijab and kabul. For hibah there is ijab and kabul. Though hibah allows you to write or to give the right of the asset to somebody before your death, if you have number of family members, your son and daughters, or your beneficiaries, you should have to think it to be divided fairly so that upon your death there is no quarrel among the family members. So adopted child can be given property to them either through a hibah or wasiah. Otherwise, they will not be eligible to inherit any part of inheritance of adoptive parents. So in other words, if you have an adopted child, it's only effective with hibah or wasiah. Faraid. If you don't do your hibah or you don't have your will writing, upon your death, the asset will be distributed among the beneficiaries through the system of Faraid, which is mentioned in the Surah An-Nisa verse 11 to 13. And this division of Faraid has been mentioned clearly by Allah SWT in the Quran. Who is eligible and the portion to be given to the family members of the beneficiaries. The main beneficiaries of Faraid will be father, mother, son, daughters, husband, or wife. So, in Islamic wealth management, if you don't do the estate planning properly, you don't have your hibah, your element of wasiah for waqaf, for example, your will writing, you don't do that, if you pass away, then the asset will be distributed to the beneficiaries based on the Faraid division or classification. Basically, the division are as follows. For the father is 1/6, for the mother 1/6, for the husband 1/4, for the wife 1/8, for the son 2 parts, for the daughter 1 part. Let's say the husband died and there is 3 million to be distributed to the heirs according to method of Faraid earlier. The heirs were his father, mother, wife, 2 sons and 2 daughters. So method 1 determine the value received by the father, mother and wife of the deceased. There is father 1/6, mother 1/6, wife 1/8. The total is 1.375 million. And then remaining of the total from the amount received by the father and mother and his wife will be divided to his son and daughter. There is 1/625. The remaining, there are 2 sons and 2 daughters. Son will get, you try to, what you call this, you have the denominator and numerator, try to find the common denominator. So the son have 4/7 of the value and the daughter 3/7 of the value. So each son will be getting 4642585 and each daughter will get 2321426. So in short, in conclusion, the father will get 500,000, the mother 500,000, and the wife is getting 375, the son 464, and the daughter 232 per person. So these are what has happened in real life, the quarrel because of the asset, just because there is no understanding of they will call this estate management. Out of greed, out of jealousy, and out of illiteracy, the quarrel might happen. So what are the responsibility of beneficiary before division of inheritance? Know who is the beneficiaries are entitled, know their division rate, hold meeting and discussion, know all the assets of the deceased, check the cause of burial, investigate death of the deceased, determine the will of the deceased, appoint and settle if necessary. So if there's a deceased, somebody passed away, number one, you must clear all the debts, clear the funeral expenses, and clear whatever there is will writing, whether there is Hibah, is it cleared, and the remaining amount will be divided based on the law of Faraid, or the rule of Faraid here. Our Wasiah, there's another alternative that may be used for division of inheritance other than Hibah, Wasiah, and Faraid, is based on the concept of amanah, trust. Our property will not be regarded as the inheritance, harta pusaka anymore. Thus, you have the right to divide the property according to the terms stated by the deceased. Example, Amna Raya, Berhad, and Al-Salihin, these are the trustee. So, avoid collision law like eating properties of orphans, refrain from having the property of others, avoid misunderstanding, dispute among heirs, bring awareness to the pension in order to immediately resolve inheritance. So this is the hikmah for our Wasiah. In other words, though there is the element of Faraid, but the family members can agree that the wealth can be divided based on Wasiah. So it must be with the agreements of all the family members or all the beneficiaries. That's about all. Inshallah, please regard this as one of the important elements in the teaching of Islam, to have your, what you call is, estate management done, and to have the understanding on estate management. Wallahu a'lam. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.